This is, if we didn't notice already, applications of quadratic functions. Is this practical or what? Okay, I'm surprised. Usually every year when we're doing quadratic formula, someone pipes up and goes, when am I going to do this in the real world? Okay, I want to be an electrician. What do I need this stuff for? Okay, well, this is the answer. Just hold on a couple days is sometimes my answer, right? People do this for a living, guys. Like some people, right? Smart people. They make a lot of money doing it. Okay. A struggling hockey club last year sold 7,200 seasons tickets. Okay. A simple grade 6 question would be, all right, if a season's tickets are $1,400, how much revenue did they have? Can't call it profit. Okay, I'll give you a little formula for that. What's the difference? Right? 1,400 each season's ticket. I got 7,200 of them. Maybe the arena holds 15,000 people. I don't know. If it only holds 7,300 people, that's pretty good, right? But what if it's a Calgary Saddle Dome and they hold 20,000 people? I'm only selling 7,200 seasons tickets. That's not looking very good, right? Maybe they'll move the team down to the States somewhere, get another one in New York, okay? The owner of the hockey club has decided to raise the price of a package of season's tickets. Sounds simple. I want more money, let's raise the price. But what happens in reality? Yeah. And you know, the Canucks tickets, when I was a kid, you could go to the game for like $18. Now try to get a ticket under, like if it's not family night, for like $100. But if they're still selling out, why would they lower the price, right? Supply and demand, same thing. Who wants to pay $200 to see Madonna? Apparently a lot of people. She made $100 million last year. Everyone's like, well, this is stupid. I'm not taking my kid to that. It's $200 a ticket to see her. She lip syncs half the songs. Well, if she's selling out, next tour is going to be $300 a ticket, right? Anyway, okay, he wants more revenue, raise the price. But, okay, like I said, if it gets too expensive, I mean, who's going to go? If season's tickets are $9,000 a year, like the Canucks are almost, right? Well, you know, hey, if they're still going, price will keep going up. Sooner or later, though, it's going to be putting out of the, you know, most people's opportunity, right? It's all priorities. Like, do you really have $20,000 a year to go to the NFL season's tickets, right? Okay. Boston, you know how big sports fans they are? Just the right to buy season's tickets is like $20,000 or $30,000 a year. Okay? To go to Red Sox game, they actually sell the rights to buy season's tickets. Like, it's sold out. You can't get tickets to go to the game. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can sell your right to buy. So on top of your 30 grand to buy those season's tickets, it costs you, I don't know, what, 10, 15, 20,000 a year for season's tickets? I'm not sure how much the season's tickets are, right? That's the demand in Boston for baseball. Anyway, he hires a market research company. They do a phone poll, right? They go out and they test, hey, what do you think is going to happen? You're a season's ticket holder. If we raise the price by, you know, do you think you're going to renew? And they do a cross-section of maybe, I don't know, 1,000 people. And then some guy does the math and they work it out and they say, you know what, like, we're pretty sure that if for every $25 you increase the price, okay, 100 people are going to say, nope, you know what, I don't mind hockey, but you know, for $14.25, nope, that's the limit. It's the most I can spend, okay? For every $25 increase, 100 people less will do this. So for example, I'm going to raise it from $1,400 for season tickets to $1,425. I don't get 7,200 people, I get 7,100 people. And you know what? A clever kid in grade 8, he would go through and he would do all these choices and he could come up with an answer given an hour and a half. Okay? He would do that. He would go, okay, if it went to $1,450, now I got only 7,000. What's that revenue? Okay? And by the way, we always have expenses too, right? So revenue isn't profit. You have to subtract your expenses to get profit. Okay? So you could do that forever and ever and ever, but this is grade 11. I'm going to show you how to do this with a quadratic. This thing's going to make, if you graph every one of these points, it's going to make a parabola. And Hopefully it makes one like that. This is revenue. I want to maximize this. This is ticket price, okay? At some point here, there's going to be an optimal amount I'm going to charge for seasons tickets and get the most amount of people doing that, okay? There's a point here somewhere, that's the maximum. That's what this owner wants, right? Okay, so they hire people to do this. Okay, here's what we do. Let X be the number of $25 increases, okay? It starts off at $1,400, okay? And if I increase the price by 25, X is going to be the number of increases, right? If I don't have any increases, if X is 0, then that's the price. If I increase it, if X is one $25 increase, well then that's $14.25, right? If X is 2, that's $14.50, and so on and so on and so on. Does that make sense? Okay, that's going to be the price. Okay, that's the number of $25 increases. Just like we did here, anytime, here's a economics formula. Revenue is price times quantity. I don't care what it is. Furniture, Red Bulls, cars, anything you sell. Okay, your first little business enterprise, the lemonade stand, all right, 25 cents a glass. I'm hoping I sell like, I don't know, 6 glasses and I make like $4. Okay? And Jake comes along, no, you idiot, it's not $4, it's $1.50. Okay? And don't worry about that you took like $3 of expenses from mom to make your lemonade and stand and sugar and everything. Only made $1.50, so in essence you lost $1.50. You don't care, right? You got $1.50 in your pocket. Okay? This is the price, this is the quantity, that's the revenue. That's what we just did in our head, right? We already know this. This is the new price. What's my quantity? Okay, this is the revenue. Well, it was $7,200, but I know for every $25 increase, I got 100 less people. Okay? So I got to subtract 100x. X is the number of increases. So just like we looked at the price, if I have one increase of $25, I got to subtract 100 people, right? If I have 2 increases, well, I got to subtract 200 seasons tickets holders. This is the price. This is the quantity of people. That's my revenue. Is that quadratic? If I FOIL this, do I get an x times an x squared term? That's going to make a parabola. It's going to have a maximum. Okay? As you can see, this x times your x term, that's going to be a negative. So it's big. The numbers are big, but it's exactly the same thing we've done. Okay? If I FOIL this, here's what I get. This times this is 10. What was this? 10 million? Well, yeah, 10,880,000. I got 4 zeros. Yeah, 10,080,000. Okay. This times this is minus 140,000 x. This times this inside is 180,000 x. And last, this is the x squared term. Well, 25 times 100 is 2,500 x squared. Let's rearrange it. Okay, let's put that one first. Let's collect my x's. What do I get? I get 40,000x. Okay, and lastly the number plus 10,080,000. That's the revenue. That's a quadratic. Think we could complete the square on that sucker? You're lucky I didn't put that on the quiz. Well, what do? Exactly the same thing. Let's factor out this number out of the first two. Take that out of here. That sign's got to be negative. How many times does 2,500 go into 40,000? How about 8? Okay, that's the first step. What's the second step? I take half of 8. Yes?
40,000 divided by 2,500.
You're right. Thank you. Okay, second step, half of the second number. 16 over 2 is 8. Square it. Add it. Subtract it. Okay, still have 10,080,000. Okay, complete the square out of the first 3. Still have minus 2,500. What is this? X minus 8. That's the 8 I wanted. Squared. Okay, take this number out. I got to multiply that by this. Is that going to be positive or negative? Positive. So on to the 10,800,000 I have, hopefully this is right, 160,000. Okay, thanks for checking. Who's ever going along there? Will, thanks. Okay, all right. And what do I got? Is that the maximum? Is that the coordinates of my vertex? What's this number? 10, 240. Does that tell me my revenue? Is that the coordinates of my vertex? Is that PQ? 10.24 million. Let's just write it like that. Okay, but what did X mean again? Was that $8 increase, or did X mean something else? X was the number of $25 increases. Okay? That's the number of $25 increases. So how much am I going to raise this season's tickets by? Yeah, I want to raise it by 200 bucks. So determine the price of new season's tickets. What did it used to be? 400? Okay, so now they're going to be 1,600 bucks, and that's what my revenue is going to be. Okay, and that's more. That's a maximum. That's more revenue. Owner's happy. Okay, players are happy. Now they know they got a job. Okay, he's making ends meet. Okay, that's maximum revenue. That's exactly what a vertex is, right? It's the maximum. That has meaning, right? That's an application of a quadratic. Any questions? Okay, so now, well, how many seasons tickets holders would be if the plan was implemented? How many seasons tickets would that be? Well, I got 8 increases of 25 bucks. Each increase 100 people left, right? So I would go minus 800 people. How many did I have before? 7,200. So that's 6,400 new seasons ticket holders. Okay. But how much more revenue? Well, we could figure this out. Before I had this, was it for 1,600 or 1,400? I'm losing my mind. 1,400. How much revenue did he have before? Okay. Now he's got 6,400 people times $1,600 each, and okay, subtract the difference. That's another 160 grand. Okay, is that worthwhile doing? Hire a marketing company, pay them, I don't know, $5,000. They come back with this information. He just made $155,000 after paying them. I'd do it, wouldn't you? Right? Okay, so like I said, that's the last question I'm giving you, right? And you know why. You're going to see something like that on the test. That'll separate the men from the boys and the ladies from the women. Okay, number 3 is very similar to this, only they're going to investigate whether he wants to lower the price. If he lowers the price, what's going to happen? More people might buy it. Maybe he gets even more profit that way. Okay? So that's what number 3 is. All right? And you can start those. I'll give you a little handout tomorrow, Test Friday.